That's good enough. Here we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? I can't hear you, how's it going? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lucas. Try to keep up. Tonight, I am your best man. What is a best man? You don't know? I'll tell you. I think a best man is like a dead body at a funeral. You're expected to be there, but if you talk too much, everyone freaks out. For those of you who are a little bit queasy, a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive at the thought of what lies ahead, it's probably because you married Jesse. In addition to being the best man, I am also Jesse's twin, which means we've known each other since the womb. The womb. I have such great memories of that. You probably remember. We were there for like 7, 8, 9 months, something like that. It was such a long. We have so many. I remember Jesse, because we waited for such a long time to get out. He was so supportive, and we'd play these games. I'll share. He'd be like, Lucas, pretend to do something, and so he'd be like, you're an astronaut, and I'd be like, and he'd be like, nailed it, and he'd be like, Lucas, you're trapped under an avalanche. I'd be like, and he'd be like, nailed it. He also he did this thing with his finger where he poked. You had to be there for that one. Oh, I know you don't want me to share this. I know this is too much, but so the time finally came, right? We're finally going to leave the womb, and Jesse's right here, and there's this light, and I'm walking towards it, the most important moment of my life, and Jesse cuts in front of me. But little did I know that he was paving the way, leading us to our first big adventure. And what an adventure that turned out to be. I'm so incredibly. I know it looks like a lot, but it's 6 pages. It's double spaced, font 16, bold. It's like all my term papers from high school and college. Anyway, I'm so happy to see where Jesse's at right now. He's been an ever-present ally and a brother to me, and watching him grow has been so incredible. And most of all, I'm proud of what he's become. When Jesse was younger, our family had really high hopes, and did he meet them? No. No, not even close. It was a tough start going into adulthood for Jess. But man, look at him now. He studies and practices medicine. He performs healing arts. He literally saves lives. And obviously, his most incredible accomplishment, he found a great TV. And he bought it. Easily the most significant commitment you're ever going to make. He bought a TV. It's huge. It's huge. It is huge. Yeah. I do want to have to say, though, Jesse, how lucky you are. You will leave here today with a wife who is warm, loving, caring. And Lian, how lucky you are as well. You leave here today having gained a lovely dress and some flowers. You know, Lian and I met when Jesse and she were still study buddies, whatever that is. They hadn't made the step into romance yet, and they came down to LA to visit me. And I took them out on the town. I got us VIP tables and all these awesome clubs and fancy bottle service. You know what I'm talking about? Do you remember this? You remember this? You shouldn't, because after 10 minutes, you ditched me. I had 1 night off in a month. I spent buckets of money and all my time and energy, and you ditched me to fall in love. Rude! But I suppose I should be proud. If I hadn't been such a boring host, you would have never left to fan that spark that was growing between you. And by ditching me, leaving me completely alone in a nightclub full of danger and vodka Red Bulls, it allowed all this to happen. all became a reality. I did this. I did this. So, let's talk about this union that we're celebrating. First up, Marty Lian. When I first met you on that fateful LA night, I adored you. I really did. You were fun and kind and excited and just bursting at the seams to have an adventure. So much so that it made me even more excited, and that's kind of a lot because I'm usually pretty excited. And that's you. That's the kind of personality you have. You have an infectious one. No, doctors, not that kind of infectious. I hear you. Infectious, he said infectious. Focus. Lian, you were quiet, but you'd sneak in these zingers that destroyed. And it was then that I noticed your wit and your power. And we've gotten to see each other through the years after that, but it wasn't really until this last trip where I visited you guys in Fresno for a few days, and I was able to have you all to myself while we stayed up late talking, and we unobtrusively sank into a deeper level of friendship. And I'm so grateful that we had that opportunity and that we can meet each other in that unnameable place. And I'm so happy that I get to walk away today with you as my sister. That's really, really cool. Oh, Jesse! Jesse's exceptional. I think anyone who's ever been around Jesse would agree that there's something really special about him. He is a caretaker, he is devoted, he is a warm hug. His genuine affability and enthusiasm for life is rare and inspiring and valuable. But the part of Jesse that always struck me as the most significant was his natural tendency towards love. That's hard with one hand here and one hand here. Okay, let me explain. Love. So that comes hard to some people, but not to Jesse, and sometimes to his detriment. Your heart is open, Jess, and that leaves you so vulnerable, but it engenders this flood of relief and healing to anyone who is lucky enough to be around you. And I know this firsthand. We've been there for each other throughout our entire lives, through divorces, through death of loved ones, through crippling heartbreak. But a couple years ago, something happened to me, and you saved my life. And it wasn't because I asked for help, and it wasn't because someone had talked to you because they hadn't. It was because you intuited something. You intuited a need for you, and you were compelled to come. Which brings me to the words of C.S. Lewis. I'm almost done, I promise. Love anything, and your heart will be wrung and possibly broken. If you want to make sure of keeping it intact, you must give it to no one, not even an animal. Wrap it carefully round with hobbies and little luxuries. Avoid all entanglements. Lock it up safe in the casket or coffin of your selfishness. But in that casket, safe, dark, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken, but it will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. To love is to be vulnerable. Lian is lucky to marry you because you have an open, vulnerable heart and the strength of character to share it. To wrap this up, I'm going to go back down here. You guys are amazing, by the way. You guys are meant for each other. I know this. Your love is apparent in the way you back each other up in conversation, the way you check in with each other through a glance across the room or a secret, silent caress down the arm. We do see that. You're not that sneaky, right? It's so obvious. And in the way that you dance effortlessly around each other while preparing whatever weirdly delicious noodle dish you're making for dinner, which you'll probably eat in front of your TV. Lian, Jesse, don't make fun of each other's choices because you are the most important one the other has made. Ladies and gentlemen, and those who haven't decided, please join me in toasting the newlyweds into their marital adventure. Thank you, sir. Love you guys.
So I'm not gonna lie, as a DJ MC, normally when someone talks that long, we usually, like the Academy Awards, raise a little music and just kind of start cutting them short, but that was incredible, man. Give it up for Lucas, that was awesome.